So now for factoring, we may get something like x squared plus x except 6x plus 10. And we need to do the opposite of FOIL. Now there's factor. So for second order polynomials, we do the following. 1. Find all of the multiples that produce the constant 10. 2. When the multiples are added, we'll produce the second term's constant, the 6. And 3. Create two sets of parentheses and check that you get the signs or correct signs. So 4. Place the numbers found in step 2 with their sign on each set of parentheses. Oh, pardon me. 5. Follow to check your solution if you obtain the same results as the one given you're done factoring, if not tried with different multiples. Note that if the polynomial cannot be factored, it's defined as prime. So let's try to factor x squared plus 6x plus 10 in this case. So x squared plus 6x plus 10 then. Notice that we're trying to look for the multiples that produce the constant 10. It's positive. So the sign is included. 1 times 10 gives us 10. 2 times 5 gives us 10. Looks like that's all the combinations that there are. At least the basic ones. We're also looking for, when we add those multiples, we get a total of 6. The number next to the variable x. And notice that it's a positive 6. So, when added, it gives us 6. If we take 1 plus 10, well, that gives us 11. That doesn't work. 2 times 5, that gives us 7. That doesn't work either. So both of those don't work for step 2 then. So it means we can't proceed on to step 3, since we don't have a right combination. From the expanded form, we are unable to factor in this case. So therefore, x squared plus 6x plus 10, we're defining it as a prime polynomial. This is a good thing for you, since we're done. We can't do it for this particular case. How about if we try another case where we can actually maybe do it? Let's find out if we can. So let's try x squared minus 2x minus 8. And notice that in this case, the multiples that we're looking for are multiples that give us negative 8. So multiply should give us negative 8. Let's try this. 1 times 8 gives us 8, and 2 times 4 gives us 8. Well, but this gives us positive 8, so this won't work. Well, let's apply a negative to the first of each one. Well, just randomly for now. Negative 1 times 8, negative 8, that works. Negative 2 times 4 gives us negative 8, that also works. They both give us negative 8. So let's go to step 2. Keep in mind, you can find all the combinations if possible, or we'll find some more afterwards. So step 2, keep in mind we're looking for when those multiples are added, it'll give us negative 2, the one that's next to the x. Keep in mind this one does not have an exponent. That's the negative 2. So negative 1 plus 8 will give us, well, that gives us positive 7. Negative 2 plus 4, that gives us positive 2. Whoa, so close. We need a negative 2, so both of this won't work. But if we change the sign onto the 4 instead, 2 times negative 4 will still give us negative 8, still works for the multiply. And when we subtract, or add in this case, depending on how you see it, 2 minus 4 gives us, hey, that gives us negative 2. That works in both cases for the multiply and the added. So it looks like we found the right combination, the 2 and the negative 4. So step 3, we found that 2 and negative 4 work, and we can plug it into our sets of parentheses. So 2 sets of parentheses with an x at the beginning of each parentheses. Step 4, substitute the numbers we found. So 2 sets of parentheses, x at the beginning, and notice that the 2 is positive, so you're going to put a positive 2, and the 4 is negative, so we're going to put a negative 4. So x plus 2 times in another parentheses, x minus 4 is the right combination. And that's our factored form. So notice at the top we have our expanded form, x squared minus 2x minus 8, and at the bottom we have our factored form. Step 5, well, this is a secondary check in a sense, because we already checked by doing step 1 and step 2. If we do any other method, you may have to do step 5, which is check. But let's do it either way for this particular case scenario. Let's check in. So x plus 2 times in parentheses x minus 4, and let's distribute. X times x gives us x times x. x times 4, negative 4, gives us negative 4x, I should say. And 2 times x will give us plus 2x. 2 times negative 4, well, 2 times negative 4. And simplifying, x times x gives us x squared. Negative 4 times x, well, that's, keep in mind, we want going to combine them, right? So negative 4x plus 2x will give us negative 2x overall. And finally, 2 times negative 4 will give us negative 8. So this is the same as what we started with originally. Do notice that this comes from the general equation y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Notice that our a value is 1.